What's going on, guys? Welcome to Stack That Gold. As promised, today I'm going to be talking about two gold bullion coins that I recently acquired. Now, as you can see here, we have a 1966 British one sovereign coin with the picture of Elizabeth II and this really cool image on the front here. Now, this is the St. George and the Dragon. This coin design was actually made in 1817. That was the first year it was struck. The design was produced by this guy, Benedetto Pestrucci. It's a really interesting story about him. He was the head of the English Mint back in the day, and he was actually afraid that he was going to lose his job. So he was commissioned to do this war medal, and he worked on the medal for over 20 years, making very slow progress just because he was afraid he was going to lose his position. So it's an interesting story. You guys should check it out. Anyways, back to the sovereign. So as I mentioned, it's been struck since 1877. Now, with the start of the First World War in 1914, the sovereign was basically taken out of circulation in Britain and replaced by paper money. And it didn't return after the war. And basically it was still being produced in colonial mints, I believe in India, Australia, and South Africa at the time, and that was until 1932. It was actually still used in the Middle East in the 1950s, and then the Royal Mint in Britain eventually started striking new sovereigns in 1957. So since then, it struck both bullion and in 1979 for collectors. It's actually still legal tender. So the coin is 22 millimeters in diameter, and it has approximately 91.7% gold. It's approximately 0.2354 troy ounce of gold. And it's a really cool design here. I was fortunate enough to get this coin at spot. Excuse me. And I don't know. I mean, prices of gold and silver have been fluctuating rapidly because of the whole crisis going on now in the world. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's also expected inflation or stagflation. So right now would probably be a good time to stock up on gold. These normally don't have that high of a premium, but they do have some collectability. So you will pay, as I mentioned in previous videos, a premium on what I would consider modern bullion coins. Again, I was just fortunate enough to get this and the Mexican 5 peso at spot. Now, let's talk about this little guy here. This is the Cinco Peso. This was struck in 1955. This is a restrike. This coin is 19 millimeters in diameter and contains 90% gold. Now, this coin was originally struck from 1905 to 1907, and it was restruck in 1910, along with 1919 and 1920, and the final restrike was in 1955. This also is considered a modern coin. I believe This guy is Miguel Hidalgo. He was an important figure in Mexican history. You guys can do further research. And it has this beautiful Mexican eagle with the snake in its mouth. You will often see this on both silver and gold Mexican coinage. And it's just a nice little coin overall. They did make a Uno Peso coin earlier on in the 1800s and early 1900s. Then they started making 2, 2.5, 5, 10, 20, and 50 gold peso coins, which was eventually stopped in the 50s. And today they produce Libertads. Also, a quick mention for the sovereign. It comes in denominations of a quad, well, 4 sovereign, I guess you could say, a double sovereign, a half sovereign, and I believe a quarter sovereign. So these were my recent pickups from a forum. Hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit about these two coins. Always stack that gold. Please like and subscribe and comment. It's much appreciated.